The rain on Kepler 86F wasn't rain, not exactly. It was a viscous, phosphorescent slime that dripped from the colossal, fungal trees, coating everything in a shimmering, sickly glow. Sergeant Major Thorne hated it. He'd served 18 years in the Terran Colonial Defense Force, seen action on half a dozen worlds, and never encountered precipitation like this. It corroded synthweave, shorted out senses, and smelled faintly of decaying citrus. His squad, Bravo 3, huddled under the inadequate overhang of a wrapped atmospheric processor, their faces illuminated by the sickly luminescence. They were scouting ahead of the main TCDF relief column, tasked with assessing the stability of the settlement of New Eden. New Eden, once a thriving agricultural colony, was now a ghost town, ravaged by a pathogen the locals called the Gloom. "Anything on the scanner, Rays?" Thorne asked, his voice raspy through the calm. Private Rays, the squad's sensor specialist, shook his head. "Still negative for hostiles, Sergeant Major. Just a lot of anomalous readings. Energy fluctuations, localized gravimetric distortions. It's like the whole planet is unsettled." "Unsettled doesn't buy us rations." Rays, Corporal Silver, the squad's muscle, grunted. He was cleaning his pulse rifle, the rhythmic clicking of the mechanism a counterpoint to the drumming of the slime rain. "Just tell me if something's gonna eat us." "I'm trying," Corporal Rays snapped back, his voice tight with frustration. The Gloom hadn't just killed the colonists. It had fundamentally altered the ecosystem. The planet's flora had mutated, producing this corrosive rain and emitting strange bioluminescent patterns. The initial reports were disturbing, but communication with New Eden had abruptly ceased 2 weeks ago. That's why the relief column and Bravo 3 were here. "Report," Thorne said, cutting off the bickering. "No sign of survivors." Sergeant Major Lieutenant Jessa Chen, Bravo 3's leader, reported from her position 100 meters ahead. Her voice was calm, professional, but Thorne could detect a thread of unease. "The settlement is deserted. Structures are intact, but everything is abandoned. It's as if the entire population vanished overnight. And the Gloom? Present and pervasive, Sergeant Major. It's aggressive. It's spreading." Chen paused. "I'm detecting something else too. A localized energy signature. It's faint but structured." "Structured how?" "I can't describe it. It's not natural. It's intentional." Thorne frowned. "There'd be a residual signal from the colonists' infrastructure." "Perhaps, but I'm sending a drone to investigate." "Stay sharp." Bravo 3. The drone footage was unsettling. The colony's central plaza was eerily pristine except for the constant drip of the phosphorescent slime. Then the drone's camera focused on a massive, shimmering structure in the center of the plaza. It wasn't a building. It looked grown. A pulsating organic monolith, radiating a faint, rhythmic hum. "What in the void is that?" Silver breathed, staring at the screen. "I dunno seen anything like it," Chen replied, her voice tight. "It's emitting the same energy signature I detected earlier." Suddenly, the monolith pulsed brighter, and a wave of energy washed over the plaza. The drone's feed glitched, then cut out. "Drone's down," Rise reported. "Lost signal." "Contact," Silver yelled, pointing towards the edge of the tree line. Figures emerged from the darkness, silhouetted against the glowing foliage. They were humanoid in shape, but their forms were distorted, elongated, their limbs unnaturally flexible. Their skin was the same phosphorescent green as the rain, and their eyes glowed with an unsettling intelligence. "Xenos," Chen said grimly, "but not like any I've encountered before." The Xenos moved with a fluid, unsettling grace, their movements synchronized, almost ritualistic. They didn't attack immediately. Instead, they formed a circle around Bravo 3, their glowing eyes fixed on the TCDF soldiers. "Hold your fire," Chen ordered. "Let's see what they want." One of the Xenos stepped forward. It raised a long, slender arm and pointed towards the monolith. Then, in a voice that seemed to resonate directly in the soldiers' minds, it spoke. "Join." The voice echoed, devoid of emotion. "Become one." Thorne felt a sudden wave of disorientation. A strange compulsion to obey the Xeno's command washed over him. He shook his head, fighting against the feeling. "They're trying to influence us." Raised gas, clutching his head. "Psychic conditioning." "Don't let them." Shen reacted instantly. "Override. Mental shields up. Everyone, focus on your training. Resist." The TCDF soldiers fought against the psychic assault, gritting their teeth, concentrating on their training protocols. Slowly, the compulsion lessened, but the unsettling feeling of being watched, of being connected, remained. They're not going to let us leave, Silver said, his voice low. They want us to join them, to become part of whatever that thing is. Then we make them regret it, Chen said, raising her pulse rifle. Bravo 3, engage. First the infection. The battle was chaotic and brutal. The Xenos were surprisingly resilient, their bodies able to withstand significant amounts of damage. Their movements were unpredictable, and they seemed to anticipate the TCDF soldiers' every move. Thorne fought with a grim determination, his pulse rifle spitting bolts of energy. He saw Rays go down, his face contorted in pain. He saw Silver cut down by a Xeno's razor-sharp claws. Fall back, Chen yelled, firing a volley of shots. We can't win this. Rendezvous with the relief column. Thorne and Chen retreated, fighting a desperate rearguard action. They managed to reach the edge of the forest, but they knew they were outmatched. We need to warn the others, Thorne said, panting. Tell them to quarantine this planet. Don't let this spread. Chen nodded, her face grim. I've already sent a Priority 1 transmission. Suddenly, the ground began to tremble. The monolith in the plaza pulsed violently, emitting a blinding wave of light. When the light subsided, the Xenos were born. The forest was silent. The rain continued to fall. What happened? Thorne asked, shielding his eyes. Chen scanned the area, her face pale. I don't know. But something shifted. The energy signature's gone. Then, Thorne felt it. A new sensation. A connection. A feeling of being integrated. He looked at his hand. It was glowing faintly green. Sergeant Major, Chen asked, her voice filled with concern. Are you all right? Thorne looked at her, but he didn't see her. He saw a network, a consciousness, a collective. He saw the monolith. He saw himself. I am becoming, he said, his voice echoing with a strange, alien resonance. We are all becoming. The rain intensified, bathing the planet in an ethereal, phosphorescent glow. The transformation had begun. The infection was spreading, and the Terran Colonial Defense Force was about to learn that some threats were far more insidious than they could have ever imagined.